So, you want to work in the power plant. What does that entice? Well, a normal day in the power plant can be divided up into different inspections. It's a pretty simple job. It's an important job. Your days off won't be the same as other people's. But honestly, it makes you kind of feel like you're doing something important. If you tell somebody out in town that, oh yeah, we had a good day. Oh, is the power plant good? I get that a lot. Is the power plant doing okay? Yeah, the power plant's doing okay today. Or you want to scare them, you're like, yeah, you know, we had a little hiccup in the power plant today. No, don't tell me that. Don't tell me things went wrong. I didn't say it was wrong. I just said it was a hiccup. We had a little issue in the power plant today. And you just watch their faces go, no, because it's terrifying, because we keep the lights on. We keep the heat on. There's backup gens, but these babies out here, these are home. These are the life you need out here. And so I'm making this video to show the world, if you want to come down to McMurdo Power Station and work in the power plant, and you have some decent electrical knowledge, right? If I ask you what a kilowatt is, can you tell me what that is? Do you know what a megawatt is? Well, then you're on the right track. A kilowatt is like a space heater here. This probably uses 1,000 watts of power, right? So 1,000 watts of power, that's 1 kilowatt. So if I say there's, you know, like right now McMurdo is using what is it, 1600. So 1600 kilowatts. That's a lot of space heaters, right? And it's each kilowatt is one space heater. That's just the generators alone, based on the wind power helping out, we're looking at 1,000 space heaters right now. How cool is that? So 1,000 space heaters running at once kind of puts things in perspective a little bit. Or 1,000 microwaves running at once. And when you look at that, it kind of puts life more into perspective, and it doesn't look so scary anymore. Now you see, what's a megawatt? No, it's just, oh, there's 1,000 space heaters running. That's it. And it doesn't seem so scary anymore. So here's a video of what it's like to work in the power plant through all the inspections and everything. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm gonna tag another video in here that's a previous video which showed me this job in the beginning, and he did a great job explaining things, but this is the actual job and all the inspections required other than ISO, and I think I did something in ISO too, which you guys will see in the clips. So yeah, here you go. Hope you guys enjoy. So here we have the performance chart of everything going on. So up here we got all the generators working here, and then we've got number 5, which is here, and that is currently doing 1,024. So that's 1,000 microwaves running at once. And you can see that at McMurdo we're using this number here. So that gives us 1,066 microwaves, and total using Scott base we have the ability to run about 1,400 if we had to. But you know, obviously we don't want to run this, so as soon as this number here, right here, clicks over to up here, you'll notice it says 1760 on 2 MCM. That's when we're going to click over to 2 generators here at McMurdo, which is going to be this one and this one, I believe. And we go to scheduler here, and yeah, so configuration 1 is going to go to here, But as soon as we don't have enough oomph and we have to go up in power, we're going to jump down to configuration 2, the next available, which is 1 and 5. So this is here, and then this one will start when this number gets over 1760. So that's yeah, and then we're watching the wind power here, which is supplemental. Yeah, that's just not giving us a signal all the way. That's all that is. Don't worry about that. We're still getting power. See, we still got energy, but the power is supplemental to there. So we need this much, but we're only producing this much because the wind is helping us get to here. If this number goes away, like it does here, then this number will need to go higher to get to this number, and then eventually we'll hit that number, and then everything will start up. Okay, so today we're going to walk through what it's like to do my job. When we get through the generator room, you're not going to hear anything, so I'll probably kill that audio. So it's 7:59, so it's time for our 8 o'clock rounds. Currently we're using generator 1 and 5, so we need to select 1 and we need to select 5, and because it doesn't load, you'll need to just go like this and then like this. Perfect. See, there you go. All right, so generator output. How much power is McMurdo making right now? We are making, with everything going on, the wind, we currently are at this for us. So we put 1639. Sometimes it doesn't work. You just gotta clear out real quick and then come back. 39. Okay. And then we're looking at what the turbines are making. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Currently at 0. -2. Oh, that happens. -2. -2. Okay, what is Scott Base making right now? Currently their generators are off, so they are 0, 0, and 0. Okay, so from here, we'll look at the fuel levels, what the plant's producing. So currently on our screen, look here, day fuel level, 64.8. So we put 64.8, hit enter to skip down. Then, assuming it works, because sometimes it likes to not work so well. Please. Plant B. Oh, 23 hours ago. Okay, cool. So it's 41.2 in this station, which is 41.2. Okay, so now we look at this. We're at 176, so 176. And then rad is this number here. So for 1, it's currently 0. And if we switch back to generator 5, which is running, it's also 0. Then for switch gear, take our handy dandy little key. You can either do this, you can go on the other facility and just look it up there. So we see generator 5 is running 882 right now. So we skip down, hit 8, 7, nope. You just gotta pick a number really, because it's just the concept. So we go overview, select the other plant. Now we're in plant, or we're switched over to plant B. Now we're looking at generator 1, 777, 777. Okay, overview, click back and lock it out so the screen doesn't work anymore. You do not want to make that mistake. Okay, so with our earphones on, these are nice and thick. We can take our flashlight. Now, we're going to be walking through the plant and we're going to be looking for these items here, especially these ones. The mezzanine is up top. We'll show you here. So it's Here's the water area, one of them. We use the stairs. As much contact you can give yourself, having a handful, right? So we'll look around. We're looking for any pools of water on the ground. Anything that's actively leaking. If that happens, no pools of water, nothing leaking down. Okay, that's how that is, and then we'll check measurement. Next, we have to check the whole factory, well, the whole plant A. So, from here, we're going to do a whole walk around, but I'll speed that up for you guys. So here is where we start looking at the exposed glycol levels. You guys won't really be able to see them, but as we look up here with our flashlights here in a second, you will notice, if you can, that there's red fluid in a vial in a glass tube up near the ceiling coming out of a tank, right about there. And that will allow you to see how much coolant is in the system. And we're logging in a 1 through 10 scale of how much fluid's left in that reservoir at that time with it running. So as we go through this time lapse, we're checking the rest of the plant A side. Look at the generators, we'll double check these fans, make sure they run. When they're both running, they get very cold, they activate based on which generators are running, or we can manually set them. This is the tank room where we run the fuel out of, and so we got to keep it pretty cool in there. This, going back here, is the radiator room. Back here is where all the exchange of heat and everything goes for, coolant lines run there. That's a CO2 room. We don't really touch that much, but it's there. Okay, so now we're going to head back in and actually start looking at the generator and go over the list of things for the actual generator. So here we go for that. That looks fine. Continue on. We walk around the generator. So we're going to come back to that section in a second and double check it. That unit there, we don't do much on our standard checks. That's a middle of the night thing. You can pull data off that information. But because we have the laptops, what do you need it so much for? Like, you still need it, but you don't need it as much, kind of deal. So that comes later. That's a night shift deal. What I'm doing here is I'm pulling information off the laptop It doesn't send signals to the main computer, so you have to just come out here and do it yourself. But it's just really, just type it in. It's nice and simple. We're checking fuel pressure, oil temperature, checking how much fuel is being used per hour, checking the exhaust temperatures for the left and right exhaust, checking just little stats. We just go through this every hour, double checking just like this with the generators, and that's one of the main things, is recording everything. So right here is what's called a mist eliminator. I believe it collects oil or something in it. I'd have to ask the mechanics more, but there's a gauge on it that if it reads over 34, then you should say something. But if the crankcase pressure on that laptop shows it's fine, it's probably fine. So as we enter back of the room, we get ready to relax, and you can hear everything changing back over. How quiet it is.
Generator 5, rear bearing is 70, front is 90, so there you go. 91, and...
So what I'm showing you guys here is, these are the screens we're looking at. This is technically for a different generator at a different time, but the temperatures do vary a little bit. It is the rear bearing, and so the screen rotates through different, numbers about the generator. This is actually the second screen that will show. It'll show rear, then it will show front. And you just jot down these numbers, put it in your log, and it's one of the things we have to do. And it's super simple, but it's really quick and easy, but you gotta wait sometimes for it to go through all the different settings to come back to the one you need.
70. So that is how you do an inspection on the generator. We check this. Now we gotta do the exact same thing to the other plant, and we check the oil cooler, which is the thing I raised my hand up to, in the other plant. So yeah, that's how the job is for a power plant operator. The next inspection is kind of the same stuff as before, but this time we're checking the temperature in the cylinders. So I will show you what that looks like in a minute.
When you go to rack things out for the day, and so you can work on things. When you find little leaks, but they're easy to repair. When you go to check your sheet, and every hour changes. Look at this beautiful snow. It's fun crossing over though through that area.
So it's nice every time you come outside. Apparently the weather's pretty nice today, because as you can see, kind of where I get all those great shots from. It's just coming outside of work. And we got this amazing view right outside work. So I'm going to call that a win. So it's basically the same thing on this side. Ear Pro on. Grab your tablet. Really loud with that one. The difference is this water storage tanks. More CO2. So for here, we're checking the oil cooler. these doors, we're entering Plant B, where generator 1 and 2 for McMurdo are staged. So the one right there in front of us is diesel generator number 2. It's one of our primaries and it's a big grill. The other one on the other side is number 1. Above them is the fans you saw from earlier, except they were horizontal away from the generators. These ones are both sitting above the generators. The room gets still pretty warm, and if you're standing there right underneath about 2 right in front of it, you'll notice a few flakes of snow will hit you. And it's from the outside air getting sucked in and everything. And it's actually pretty entertaining. You're like, hey, it's snowing indoors. It's very light, so it doesn't hurt anything, but it is entertaining to watch. Walking through all the heat exchangers and everything like that. We're checking for oil leaks, you know, the things you check on an engine to make sure it's still working, right? No oil. There's a little bit, but we have towels down that clean it up, and it's no real big deal. The tube on top right there in the center, that's for your exhaust, your mist eliminator, your laptop like usual. Checking the oil temperature, and to the right is that other day tank room, which is where your fuel gets staged and stuff, and it's just nice in there. To that red cylinder there, that's your air compressor reservoir. So that's your air tank. We're looking currently at number 1, and these are the heat exchange and glycol and engine coolant, all that fun, wonderful stuff to wear. Those breakers on the left there are for your fans. Up top, above this door, there's a vent that leads to the outside. Not sure if I'll show. Yeah, there it is up there. There's a giant HVAC system up top that's sucking hot air out. And just look at that view. Just look at it. It's so beautiful out here. Here we go. And that's it. That's how you do the inspection on Plant B. So another inspection we're going to do here is we're going to check this section. This section is what we walked past in the back room, which I'm going to show you guys again. It's a little confusing at first, but once you get the pattern, the X pattern, it's actually really simple. So here we go. What is using what power? So for this, it's the tie. We're looking for real. So this number here goes in here. So it's 445. Okay. And so this is the menu we're looking at here. So we go over here and switch gear info. We're looking at this section here. These are your different feeders and what section of the power plant, or which feeder is feeding what sections of the base. So we got 357, we got 484, and these two are switched on here. So we have feeder E, so down here, 250, and then 152. And then for B, we're not using Plant B switch gear, not really. So it's 0, 0, 0, 0. Then for this, just like earlier, we use that screen. Go back here. So we have generator 5. This time we will use 4159 and then we'll put the kilowatts, say 809, and there you go. We'll switch scenes and do the same thing. So yeah, that is some of the testing that we do as a power plant operator here at McMurdo. So far you guys have learned about the screens. You saw what it's like to check the temperatures, although the flashlight kind of makes it hard, and I know the GoPro's not the greatest, but I don't got DSLR, so this is what we got. And I will, next I will be editing everything into a video, so by the time you guys see this, it'll all be one giant video. So hopefully it works out. Contractual Life signing off. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.